Tonight, we recap an eventful celebration of homecoming weekend here on campus.
Plus, see how students are taking advantage of some warm fall weather.
All that and more coming up on SCTV 3.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of SCTV3 Weekly News. I'm Kaleb Knowles.
And I'm Baran. Thank you for joining us.
We begin tonight with the homecoming celebration this past Saturday. Generations of alumni returned to Alden Street, and the college planned many marquee events.
This included alumni games for multiple different sports, the unveiling of the Bugbee Family Pavilion at Stagg Field, and the Alumni Awards ceremony. SCTV3's Emma Bynes has a recap of the day.
This past weekend, Springfield College hosted their annual homecoming weekend. There were a variety of events Saturday available, such as alumni sports games, the unveiling of the Bugbee Family Pavilion, and a reception for alumni to end the evening. The morning began with a number of alumni sports games. On Potter Field, a handful of former softball players participated in a home run derby. The current and former players spoke about why alumni events are so important.
Hi, my name is Bonnie Patel, grad alum 24. I was a softball GA the last 2 years, and it was really just a great experience being here. I would say Springfield softball definitely just grew my love for the game, and being in an environment like Springfield really made me feel just at home.
And we love having all these alumni out on Potter Field, and it's alumni weekend on campus, so we have so many different alumni games going on. It is so great to see so many alumni on campus.
Later on in the day, hundreds of lacrosse alumni gathered for the unveiling of the Bugbee Family Pavilion near Stagg Field. SCTV3's Sam McGilpin spoke to Coach Bugbee.
Obviously full of gratitude and full of, totally enjoying it and totally uncomfortable with it all at the same time. Certainly never came here 42 years ago and said, I want a building with my name on it.
Wrapping up the night, alumni gathered for a reception and awards. Some awards that were presented included the Distinguished Alumni Award and the Tarbell Medallion. SCTV3's Kaleb Knowles interviewed winner of the Young Alumna Award, Lindsay Hutchinson.
I was awarded the Young Alumni Award. I think who I am is because of my experience at Springfield, and to be recognized for continuing on that legacy as a young alumni is really awesome.
All of the alumni coming back to campus seemed to have a great time reconnecting with old classmates and the campus. Reporting for SCTV3, I'm Emma Bynes.
The Bugbee Family Pavilion will now serve as a new and innovative space for families of student athletes to take in games.
On Monday night, the William Simpson Fine Arts Series hosted a special literary event in the Learning Commons featuring a reading from author Therese Sukar Shahadi. Open to both Springfield College community and the public, the free event invited attendees to hear Shahadi's read from her latest novel titled We Walked On. The book followed 14-year-old Rita and her 30-year-old Arabic teacher as they navigate a world torn apart by political unrest and war. A book signing followed the reading, allowing attendees to connect with Shahad's personality personally. She shared her excitement visiting Springfield's campus.
I was thrilled to be here, and it was a full room, and everyone was lovely, and I just thank you so much for having me here.
The event gave students, faculty, and community members a chance to engage with themes of resilience and power of storytelling.
An event series titled Dialogue on Democracy was held this week on campus. Hickory Hall Room 109 featured 3 different Socratic dialogues surrounding important political issues. The topics ranged from battling inflation, gun control, and reproductive rights. Each event was facilitated by faculty members who had some form of experience on the topic, and they led the discussions. Matthew Ferrari from the Center for Excellence in Teaching, Learning, and Scholarship organized the talks and wanted to steer away from traditional debates.
Debates are useful, and we could set up debates too, but I think that the dialogue creates more openings for people to participate and to ask questions and to learn.
The series wrapped up this afternoon, and Ferrari and other faculty members were happy with the student turnout.
On Tuesday night, CAB hosted a crafty DIY event in the Union, where they provided an array of tote bags for students to design themselves. The theme of the bags was Halloween and their favorite type of candy. To help students make the designs, resources were provided, including paint and patches to help with their creative look. Plus, candy and treats were provided for students to put in their bags. A TV was also set up while students worked, playing seasonal movies like Nightmare Before Christmas. Each student got to take home their bags to use for the upcoming holiday. We now send it to Liam Riley in Studio B with our local and national weather updates. Liam?
Thanks, Caleb. Last week's forecast brought unexpected warm weather, and that'll look to stay as Friday and Saturday. Are sunny and low 60s. As for Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, you might want to wear a jacket as temperatures will be as low as 24 degrees. But don't worry, those that enjoyed this week's warm weather will be delighted to see that fall is giving us 2 more days to enjoy. Wednesday will have a high of 70 degrees, while Thursday will peak at 76 degrees. Now looking at headlines across the country, winter is slowly approaching and the state of Colorado has already begun preparation. Last weekend, Colorado received its first snowstorm of the season. The storm lasted from Friday to Monday and accumulated a total of 2 feet of snow. Residents of Denver, Colorado have usually adapted to freezing temperatures by now. However, summer weather has stuck around, marking the hottest start to fall in Denver history. Seeing snow in October might dim the mood of some people, but skiers and snowboarders will be excited knowing that their season is right around the corner. Springfield residents don't have to worry about snow just yet, as forecasts say that Springfield won't see snow until mid-November. Back to you guys in Studio A.
After the break, we speak with philosophy professor Bob Gruber.
We gotta learn to get back. And if we get out. We gotta learn to live free.
Springfield College Associate Professor of Philosophy Bob Gruber is driven by his belief in the importance of asking questions. He sat down with SCTV3's Tucker Paquette to talk about what he likes most about teaching at Springfield, why he thinks it's so important to teach philosophy to students, and more.
Nothing is more fun for me than sort of blowing a student's mind, just giving them a new way of thinking about the world, fostering curiosity, especially with respect to those ethical questions that are some of the most important questions that we can grapple with as human beings. Right now, I am really loving teaching my class on the good life. And in that class, we look at different theories about what ultimately matters for life to be good. And one theory says that all that really matters is just that we experience pleasure and we avoid pain. That's what the hedonist thinks. We look at another view called desire satisfactionism, which says that the good life is the one in which you satisfy all your desires. I like to meet students where they're at. You know, I came to Springfield College knowing almost nothing about the philosophy of sport, but I know that at this college, there's a lot of students that really care deeply about sports. And so I thought I need to design a class on the philosophy of sport. I think it's tremendously important that when students leave college, they don't just know some facts about the major field of study that they're focused on, but that they know how to ask big questions and think critically and ethically about the world. And I've sort of evolved as a teacher to be focused less on trying to deliver content to students and just more focused on trying to foster a sense of curiosity.
Did a lecture this past Monday about the benefits of being a non-human creature to students and faculty.
Now we look at some of our national headlines. With just 12 days until Election Day, the presidential candidates have packed their schedules, making their final pitches in the battleground states. The two candidates are trying to sway any undecided voters that will help them claim these pivotal states, and in turn, the presidency. I took a look at the current state of the race.
Early in-person voting has gotten underway in more states, but Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump are laser-focused on the undecided voters and obtaining voters in a handful of key battleground states. Harris joined former Republican Congresswoman Liz Cheney at a town hall in suburban Pennsylvania. The two warned that the former president is a threat to the democracy.
Our adversaries know that they can play Donald Trump. They absolutely know that they can play him.
In many, many ways, Donald Trump is an unserious man. But the consequences of him being president of the United States are brutally serious.
Harris also spoke to voters in Michigan and Wisconsin, while Trump went to North Carolina, a state he won in 2020. More than 1 million people have already voted in North Carolina, with many in the western part of the battleground state still dealing with the effects of Hurricane Helene's devastation.
They got to vote. They want to vote because it's very important, but they have to survive.
Later on, Republican Congressman Chuck Edwards, who owns multiple McDonald's restaurants, presented Trump with a French fry certification pin after serving fries to pre-selected supporters at a campaign stop in Pennsylvania over the weekend.
Trump stayed in North Carolina to hold a rally on Monday, but both campaigns are zeroing in on Pennsylvania as a key to victory.
The airline Boeing has seen a setback in their labor negotiations. Boeing mechanics rejected a new deal that would see a 35% wage increase over 4 years, said the union on Wednesday, and has extended an already 5-week strike. SCTV3's River Mitchell has a closer look at the stalemate between the airline giant and its workforce.
33,000 union members are currently ongoing a strike against Boeing, with the most recent vote to end the strike being voted against by 64% of the workers with the International Association of Machinists and Aerospace Workers. This is the 6th week of the strike as workers flooded the streets to share their displeasure with the company.
I voted no, and I'm feeling like they're continually trying to give us the bare minimum.
With the strike starting in September of this year, the original proposal from Boeing was to increase workers' wages gradually by 25% over 4 years, while the CEO of Boeing gave himself a 45% pay increase to $33 million a year in 2023. This was voted against by 95% of the people, as the two sides have struggled to come to an agreement. Boeing's most recent proposal that was rejected gave workers a 35% increase over 4 years with an immediate 12% raise. It would also give workers a $7,000 bonus and improved benefits for healthcare and retirement. That being said, a major requirement for a lot of union workers is the return of the pension plan, after Boeing got rid of it in 2014. This bill did not include anything about a pension, a main reason why it was rejected by a majority of workers.
The loss of that pension is still there, right at the heart of this for many.
Point and blank, they stabbed us. They took away our chance at having security as we get older.
Boeing's third quarter net losses have now stemmed to roughly $6.2 billion, as they also plan to cut their workforce by about 10%, leaving roughly 17,000 employees without jobs. Reporting for SCTV3, I'm River Mitchell.
Another large portion of lost revenue has come from various production failures. An airplane door panel detached mid-flight and 2 crashes on Boeing's 737s tragically killed 346 people.
The CDC recently announced McDonald's Quarter Pounders could be making people sick. Burgers from some locations have been connected to more than 4 dozen E. coli infections, with over half of them being reported in Colorado. Officials believe the infections have sickened over 50 people and led to 1 death. SCTV3's Morgan Barboza examines McDonald's response to the crisis.
It's the world's largest fast food chain with more than 40,000 restaurants serving billions of burgers worldwide every year. But now, investigators are working to confirm the food source that's made dozens sick. The CDC says that 49 people have been infected with E. coli so far, and most reported eating a Quarter Pounder from McDonald's before falling ill. McDonald's says it's pulled the burger from menus in impacted locations, and says it's linked to the subset of cases to slivered onions sourced from a single supplier, which serves 3 distribution centers.
Other beef products at McDonald's, including the cheeseburger, hamburger, Big Mac, McDouble, and the double cheeseburger are not impacted.
So far, 1 death has been linked to the outbreak. 10 people have been hospitalized, including a child who's developed severe kidney complications. The same E. coli strain caused 4 people to fall ill and die after an outbreak impacted dozens of Jack in the Box restaurants in the early 90s. Food safety expert Darren Dwettlier's 1-year-old son was among them.
I would imagine that the conversation around food safety is going to change within the industry after the news of McDonald's outbreak, not because of the ingredient, not because of the specific pathogen or the numbers, but because of that idea of no company is immune.
In a statement, McDonald's said it's working to replenish supplies for the Quarter Pounder in the coming weeks. It added that the company will continue to cooperate with the CDC as it works to restore its full menu. Reporting for SCTV3, I'm Morgan Barboza.
McDonald's continues to increase its safety measures by shutting down the locations where E. coli illnesses have been reported and thoroughly clean to avoid the cross-contamination.
After the break, Emma Bynes has you covered with a recap of the Pride Athletics on SCTV3 Sports Extra.
Guys, do you want to change lives?
Absolutely. How can we do that?
Follow me. Let's go to the Y Club.
All right, let's ask some members what they love about Y Club.
I love when the Y Club gives me opportunity to hang out with community members.
It gives you an opportunity to help families.
You don't have to know anything about the Y and you get to meet great people.
I love how inviting all the members are, and I also like participating in all the fun activities.
The Y Club gives you an opportunity to grow as a leader by engaging with people in your community.
Hey Jess, what's reason number 1 on why you should join Y Club?
Meeting different populations of people and learning what future communities you might want to work with.
You should join the Y Club to make different connections, whether it's business, friendship, or just leadership connections.
Reason number 3 is to let you out of your comfort zone. You know, if you feel stuck in any place, and this place is perfect for it. If you want to get out of it and explore new locations.
Reason number 4 is that you don't need a career in the YMCA. There's so many other things that you can do with it, and you don't need a job for it.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of SCTV3 Sports Extra. I'm Emma Bynes, bringing you news on all things Pride Athletics. Football once again rushed for 500 yards in their 48-0 rout of MIT this past weekend. The tandem of Arshan Stefan, Blaine Hart, and Dante Vasquez each rushed for 70-plus yards and combined for 4 rushing touchdowns. Sophomore Nick Gonzalez had a big day on the defensive end, notching 7 tackles and snagging an interception, enough for a NEWMAC Defensive Athlete of the Week. The shutout of MIT's offense was the first for Springfield College since 2021. This Saturday, Springfield travels to Rhode Island to square off with Salve Regina, looking to stay undefeated in conference play. Tuesday night, the women's volleyball team defeated Wellesley 3-0. Looking to claim their 15th win of the season, Springfield built an 11-7 lead in the first set. The Pride kept their lead and won set 1 after Natalie Billett delivered the winning kill. Wellesley played the second set closer, but couldn't return a kill from Maeve Volz to keep this set alive, losing 25-21. The Blues didn't give up down in the third set, scoring 5 straight to knock the score at 23. Once again, Maeve Volz ended the set by slamming the game-winning kill into the floor. Springfield travels to Tufts University on Friday for their first game of the New England Challenge. On Saturday, the men's soccer team defeated WPI 2-1, improving the Pride's record to 5-6-2. Springfield started off the game hot, getting multiple chances early on. Connor Policarpio gave the Pride a quick 1-0 lead in the 13th minute, while Cole Sampson delivered Springfield's second goal in the 30th minute. WPI fought back in the second half and won the shot battle 19-8. However, Noah Pody was able to make impressive saves throughout the afternoon to stop WPI from tying this NEWMAC battle. The Pride fell to number 11 ranked Babson on Wednesday afternoon and look to bounce back in their final home game this Saturday against Wheaton College. Field hockey won their home game this week against Wheaton College 1-0. The match was a back-and-forth affair, with neither team able to break the scoreless tie. That was until Haley Gatos earned the team a penalty and Nicolette Morlock rocketed in a penalty goal with 2 minutes remaining in the game to put the Pride up by 1. Goalie Caitlin Parent only needed to make 1 save in her shutout victory. The Pride have 2 games left in NEWMAC play and hope to make the conference tournament. We'll now be taking a look at this week's athletic schedule. Looking at home games first, the Pride only have 3, and all are played on Saturday. Field hockey starts the slate by taking on Smith at noon. An hour later, women's soccer takes on Wellesley at 1 p.m. as they make a push for the NEWMAC playoffs. Finally, men's soccer ends the Saturday slate by facing Wheaton College at 4 p.m. As for the away schedule, the women's volleyball team travels to Tufts University tomorrow night for their first game of the New England Challenge at 6 p.m. The next day, they take on Middlebury College at 11 a.m. and then Williams College at 3 p.m. Undefeated football will be traveling to Salve Regina at noon. Moving to Tuesday's games, the men's soccer team will be making their way east to take on Framingham State at 7 p.m. At the same time, women's volleyball faces off against WPI. On Wednesday at 3 p.m., the women's soccer team plays their second-to-last game of the season at Babson. Every team's schedule can be found on SpringfieldCollegePride.com. That'll do it for this week on Sports Extra. Back to Caleb in the studio.
Stick around after the break to find out how students are enjoying the recent warmer weather.
When we adopt a shelter pet, we discover there are unique mix of all kinds of things.
Come on, Jules, spot on this last one. There it is. Keep going with it. Leo.
They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love.
Now in the latter stages of October, temperatures are expected to drop in the coming weeks. This week, however, was an exception, as Monday through Wednesday were marked with sunny skies and temperatures in the mid to high 70s. SCTV3's Liam Riley talked to students about how they were taking advantage of the warmer weather.
This week was full of warm weather and sunny skies, allowing students to enjoy being outside. I went around campus asking students how they enjoyed the nice weather.
I've spent a lot more time outside, and just obviously I don't have to wear like sweaters and like long sleeves all the time, which is really nice.
I've been able to walk around a lot more, want to walk around campus a lot more. I had flag football earlier this week, so that helped me enjoy it a lot more instead of being cold, worrying about a football hurting my fingers, so that's been pretty good.
I've been able to enjoy the nice weather by getting out and around campus, whether it's walking with friends or going on a nice run.
With winter approaching, I made sure to throw on a couple extra layers myself. Here's what other students are doing to prepare.
I had my mom get my puffer jacket from home, so I'm already ready for that. I got another jacket that's hopefully coming in today. We'll see what happens, but I got plenty hoodies, plenty sweatpants.
Bring a fleece back from home. I'm from Vermont, so it gets really cold. I would recommend for our Western friends, definitely grab a coat or a fleece as it gets colder.
Kind of to prepare for winter, I'm just taking it in, and last week was just really like kind of cold, and it's really nice to have this change in like nice sunny and warmer weather for a little bit.
It seems the consensus is going home and bringing back thick clothing. For those unable to go home, check out the campus bookstore and the bottom of the Union for sweaters and sweatpants. Reporting for SCTV3, I'm Liam Riley.
You know, warmer weather this week. Shane, how'd you feel about the warmer weather?
You know, not many complaints. Got a little disc golf in at East Campus. However, Inty turned on their heat, and so I haven't been able to sleep in 4 days due to my room being a sauna. It's been terrible. How about you?
Can't complain. Gulick has AC. That'll do it for this week's show. Thanks for watching.
Tune in next week for a special edition of SCTV3's Weekly News.
Same time.
Same place.